In this video, we're going to be talking about using your senses to connect to the earth element. Sometimes life gets in the way, bills, work, maybe family life, and you kind of get pulled down into the earth grid. You're getting pulled down into the matrix, sometimes pulled down into your very situation that sometimes it feels a little bit difficult to connect. Maybe you've been tuning out some of those senses and it's on autopilot. You only use your eyes when you need to see something, you only use your ears when you need to hear something, and sometimes you tune one of those out and kind of daydream or completely not pay attention to a conversation. That's okay, because you are a human being and life happens. But I'm here to report that if you want to connect to the earth element, you want to manifest more in your life, you want to notice more, attract better, all the good things that can be deemed as the fluffy things of this life that makes life better, use your senses. And it seems obvious, but in reality, we do, each and every one of us, even the most advanced spiritual practitioners tend to tune out of those senses. So I want to just remind you to tap back in. And how can you use your senses to connect to the earth energy? Well, being more mindful and paying attention to that moment that you're in. So let's say later today, whenever you see this, or tomorrow, you're going on a walk outside. I want you to pay attention to what not only you're seeing, but what are you hearing? Tune everything else out that's not relevant, that's in your head, that's about the day that you had. I want you to just take a moment before you even tap into those thoughts and let yourself go into the thoughts of your day. I want you to tune in. Use your listening skills. Open your ears and tune into what you are hearing. Do you hear the birds chirping? Do you hear someone walking in the distance? Any traffic noises? Maybe the rustles of the branches from the slight breeze or the wind. Pay attention and use your ears. Really hone into that sense. Next, I want you to use your eyes. So what do you see around you? What pattern of colors is in your environment? Who is around you? And then next, I want you to kind of go down the list. So we do hearing, we do eyes. It can be in any particular order. Now I want you to use your nose. Smell, inhale. Even if you're congested, try your best to use your nose to be able to pick up the scents around you. Do you smell grass mix? Do you smell something from the street that's kind of grody? Do you smell maybe some flowers? What are you picking up with your scents? Or is it the smell of allergies? I just heard someone say that while watching this video. So yes, you could definitely smell allergies. I apologize in advance if using your nose sense in that moment had you sneeze, but it is what it is, right? We have to take advantage, because when we use our senses, we're allowing ourselves to be more mindful and aware of the present moment. And part of teaching this curriculum around the elements quarter to quarter is to help us connect back to the aspects of our creation that allow us to thrive and live on this earth. So we're in the earth element, obviously, for Q2. So we're going to use our senses to help us connect to that element. And it's not just about gardening or planting your feet in the soil. It's also about using what you already have that's already connected to you, that's an automated thing anyway, and being more mindful of using that while you're out and about, if you will. It's also one of the best ways to help you ground your energy, because think about it, when you're out and about, let's say, and you're feeling anxious, maybe you're at the grocery store, maybe you're at the gym, wherever you're at, maybe it's at work, you're teaching a class, and you're feeling anxious, that's kind of okay. It's okay. It's part of the journey. I want you to understand that and come to terms with that feeling, but also use your senses to help ground you back to the moment, ground you back to the earth presence that you're in. So it doesn't necessarily need to be using your senses when you're outside in nature. It could be using your senses to help you ground your energy, help you ease anxiety and calm those running thoughts by using your senses to connect to what's around you in that moment. So let's say, for example, you're a elementary school or middle school teacher and the kids are just going crazy. It's like you don't want to use your ears to tune into that sense, because they're all just maybe being too loud, getting a little bit rowdy and excited. I don't know the situation, but I am seeing this in my third eye, so we're going to use that as an example. And so let's say that is you that is experiencing that. It's like, I don't want to use my ears to tune into that sound. Okay, maybe put some music on, some calming music, and the class will start to tune into their senses to be able to tap into that. Is it frequency music? Is it calming music? Maybe you need to also use your senses by using and creating a different sound, clapping your hands, or maybe you need to use your senses differently by lighting a candle if you're allowed to do that. It's stimulating different senses, not only within yourself, but in the environment you're in, if you're able and have the capacity to do that, to help calm the energy of the space in your environment. Sometimes things are out of our control, so you might not be able to calm the energy of the environment around you if you're working at a bar or as a waitress in a busy restaurant, but you can definitely utilize using your own senses to do that. Pay attention to what you hear. What are you seeing around you? What are you feeling? Tapping into and tuning into, it's kind of like the mind muscle connection to your feet on the ground. How are you feeling that kind of connecting beneath you? So really, really honing into those senses. I want you to use your sense of sight, your sense of hearing, your sense of nose, maybe your sense of talking, and especially with touch. Touch is one of the easiest ways. Not touching other people or having them touch you per se, but allowing yourself to recognize and that mind muscle connection of where you're sitting, feeling the chair underneath your bum if you're sitting down, or your feet if you're standing up, using those senses to bring you back to the here and now. Like, okay, I'm still alive, I'm still here, I've got a rowdy class of students, or I've got a busy workplace. It's okay, I'm here. So I'm here. Just remembering that you're here and you're alive right now, and you're here for a reason. So your senses help connect you to the earth element, to connect you to that remembrance that you're here for a reason, and that it's okay, and that this too shall pass, and that all the anxiety and the negativity that is brewing and building up within you is not going to stay, because using your senses helps connect you to the present moment that you're in, and helps dissipate the worries of things that have not happened to you yet. And if it's worries of things that already have, using your senses brings you back to the present moment either way. It takes you away from future anxieties and takes you away from past fears, and brings you to the here and now, so you can recognize the beauty and the appreciation of the life that you're in. And it doesn't mean that when you're not cognizant of your senses, you're not grateful for them, or you're not allowing yourself to use them as a daily mindful practice by allowing yourself to kind of pay attention, tune in, mind body connection there, mind muscle connection with where you're feeling yourself. It's like you don't have to use that every day. It's just one of those mechanisms of knowing that if you want to connect to your creation more, ease anxiety, and build a stronger bond with the earth, the world that is around you, that is supporting your life in this here and now, right now while you're alive, use your senses and show appreciation for that by tuning into them in different times and places and spaces, using different senses for different environments that you're in to help ground you. And of course, utilizing the most important sense of your intuition, your third eye. We all have access to intuition, some more than others because of maybe environmental factors that might have created stagnancy in that realm. But obviously, the more you practice your intuition, the better it becomes. So I've got some practice videos for those of you guys that want to tune into those. Definitely check out TikTok, some of the older videos on YouTube, and of course on Instagram under School of the Ascendant, in connection with the earth element, tapping into the physical senses that are connected to your body here and now to help ground you in the present moment and help connect you with the earth grid, so that you don't feel like you're losing control of your mind, your thoughts, or yourself. I hope that this video is helpful. This was a channeling video on using your senses to connect to earth energy. Stick around for more videos later this week, and until next time, collective, go and grow.